Bros. I'm Zach.
And I'm Bob.
We are back. We took a week off, so we are back this week. What happened last week, Bob? You were what?
I was supposed to go to a concert and I got screwed on that deal. It was raining for a little bit, and my lovely wife said, "We're not going to this concert in the rain."
Screw that rain.
And then, then it stopped raining. But we at that point we're like, we're old. We can't go out at this time of day. Plus, it was a Thursday and had to work the next day. But
Rain and work.
yeah, but it was the record company. If anyone knows that band, they're kind of bluesy. I kind of dig on that kind of music, songs, whatever, bands.
Music song bands. Listening
Anyhow,
pleasures.
I basically just decided to skip out on the podcast last week because just because I guess.
Just because. Yeah. Lame. Um. Anyway, yeah, we're back this week. So welcome back, anybody who is watching. We got one person watching. I'm gonna take a guess on who it is. Bob, you want to take a guess who it is? Who's watching? Don't tell us yet.
I don't know, Chad. Chad normally is late though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's normally sometimes it just depends on what they have going on. I'm gonna guess it's Tyson.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's Tyson.
that'd have been my next guess.
Tyson's normally pretty on time. He's been dealing with a sick dog though, so
Well, you
I'm
never
not
know
sure.
there.
Um, but anyway, what are you drinking, Bob?
Um,
Start it off as we always do. What are we drinking?
what you drinking, man? Drinking the nameless.
The Nameless. Nice. I am drinking. I don't even remember the name of this, so right now in my head
It's
it's Nameless.
it's the kind of the nameless. You drinking the same thing, man?
Oh, I was right. It's Tyson. um, I don't remember what the name of it is, but this is from Uniontown, here in Ashland, Ohio. This is they just released this the other day. Ooh, that looks nice and hazy. This is their Blood Orange IPA they released for America's 250th anniversary. So I thought it was fitting that I go with the America 250 glass with the eagle on there in my Blood Orange IPA. So it's nice and blood orangey looking. So we got somebody else that just joined too. Hello, second person who has
And
joined.
it
Welcome.
doesn't smell like it tastes. It smells like a traditional IPA. Like I'm getting like a lot of like floral type of smells.
Like smells West Coasty.
Yeah. I'm getting like floral, like straight up hoppy, and then you drink it, and it's like apricot and maybe like some orange,
Okay.
maybe some other sort of citrus flavor in there that I can't really figure out.
Getting some stone fruit.
Maybe
Okay. Okay. All right.
it's pretty tasty.
Nice.
Those people in Vermont know how to make a beer.
They do. They do. All right. So what are we getting into today, Bob?
So some people go to breweries and they think like it's man, I'm just gonna show up, I'm gonna order a beer, I'm gonna do whatever. I mean that's kind of how you go to a bar, right? You go into a brewery. There's some different etiquette than going to a bar. Number one, you're in a work site. It is a working. Most of them. I mean, you might be in a tap room, so again, that's a little different. But a lot of breweries that you go to, they are making beer as you are there. Sometimes not on a Saturday or Friday night, but if you go during the day, there's a good chance that there's still someone back there brewing, and you're actually, I mean, you're basically in a manufacturing floor drinking beer.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like Bob said, there are some exceptions to this. Like some places will have a separate site where they do this, but a lot they're doing it right on site.
Yeah.
So
So just so first off, we're talking about the maybe the do's, and then we're going to get into the don'ts of like get the hell out of there if you see these things. So kind of the red flags: if you walked into the wrong damn brewery,
mm,
you should leave immediately.
yeah. So we Bob came across a couple. Oh, we got four people in here now. Hello,
Oh yeah.
everybody who has joined. I don't know who you are yet. We only know Tyson is here. So whoever else has joined, let us know who you are. Say hi. We'll say hi back. We'll call you out. We always do. so, um, so yeah, we're gonna go through. Bob found these couple different lists here. Sorry, I'm only running one monitor today, so if I'm not looking like I normally do, it's because I only have one monitor. But we have 6 brewery red flags that should have you heading out the door. So that's the title of one of these articles we found that we're going to run through. And then another one we have is 12 mistakes you're making when visiting a brewery. So these are kind of the do's and don'ts. Some of these kind of run along the lines of more if you're going to be doing a tour at a brewery, but some of them are just general as well. So we'll touch on all of that. And then we're going to give kind of some of our own insight into these as well. So, Bob, where do you want to start out with this? Where do you want to kick it
I
off?
would say let's get there, and then once we get there, we'll figure out if we're leaving or not.
All right, cool.
Uh, so
What's
we'll
up, Clay?
start with
Welcome, welcome.
visiting properly.
Okay.
So and some of the mistakes that maybe people are making, and again, I think a lot of times people just like go to a brewery and it's just like it's just straight up bar etiquette. It's slightly different. Um, so I think one of the big things that I mean, I think that there's definitely some uh, good things, and I don't think you necessarily always to a new brewery you need to do too much research. It's kind of good to kind of check it out before you get there. If you're going to go to the Facebook page, they're right. At least figure out what the hours are, so you don't show up at 8 o'clock and they close at 7. Not a whole lot of breweries doing that, but sometimes
Yeah.
they do during the weekend or some. I happened to go when I was in a city. This is actually one of the big things you want to do, also, especially if you're visiting a different city and you're like, "Hey, I want to hit a brewery that's nearby." Some breweries aren't open on sometimes Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or maybe they just have one of those or a couple of those. Or I happen to go to Brooklyn, which Brooklyn is a very big area for breweries. We went on a freaking Tuesday. What happens on Tuesday in Brooklyn? All the damn breweries are shut down. So if I would have just taken a little time to do a little research before I went to Brooklyn, I would have said, let's go tomorrow.
Yeah, and you're normally the research guy too. Like
I
that's
am,
normally your thing.
but it was a family vacation. I kind of was like, okay, we're going to do whatever you guys want. They wanted to go to Brooklyn that day, and I was like, all right, but I should have checked. Should have checked. That's my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things that normally like especially we Tyson the beer. It's pretty good. So I think that this is I don't know if you remember when they did the Eclipse beer for the Eclipse we had. I think this is the same beer. They just rebranded it for the 250. I'm pretty sure this is the same exact beer. It's just the blood orange IPA. A lot of the orange flavor coming through with it. It's pretty solid beer. I would put out of what Uniontown has, this is probably in the top 5. Um, the beer that's my number one beer they ever did, they've only made it one time, and it was for like their 3rd or 4th anniversary. They've never made it again. It was a double IPA. Second one is probably the blueberry shandy, which I'm probably going to have next. Was just released earlier this week. They do for the Balloon Fest every year. Uh, Sorry, I squirreled on that. I don't know what I was going to talk about.
We were talking about do some research before you get there.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's one of the things that we tend to do a lot when we were planning for our beer trips is we do a ton of research on the breweries and we try and plan out our path ahead of time. Um, if you're going to go to a new city or someplace where there's an abundance of breweries, is just try and plan, especially with timing, because a lot of these places are going to have, if you're going to a different state, you don't know what the liquor laws there, the licenses. So different places may have different liquor licenses to be open later. So you might have one brewery that'll be open later than another. So it just comes down to planning.
Well,
Um,
then there's the other side of that also when you're doing your research. I think a big thing is know what you like and know what the breweries that you're going to are big on.
yeah,
So if you're someone who is not a fan of sours,
yeah,
present company, both of us, uh, don't go to a place that's a sour place. If you're not a fan of IPAs, like is Clay
Clay,
on?
Clay's
Yeah,
on.
then don't go to a place that specializes in IPAs.
Yep.
So it's just like, yeah, if you just do a little research and we always try to look at anytime we go somewhere, we try to look at the places that have the highest rankings on Beer Advocate or on Tapped or
Untapped or
something like
whatever,
that.
maybe.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, don't spend your time going to the mediocre places. Hit the really high rated places right
Hmm.
away. And if it's a family thing, hey, you can hit maybe the top two breweries, and then you do whatever else your family wants. But
Yeah. What's
so
up, Chad? Um,
the little research is just gonna make your day a little better when it's all said and done. Although I don't mind, especially if I'm at a brewery and there's one right down the street or there's one right. I don't mind just kind of rolling the dice.
yeah.
Just seeing every once in a while you get lucky.
Yeah, you have to do that sometimes. I mean, if you're in a highly populated area with breweries, right? Take that chance sometimes, because you're going to find a hidden gem every once in a while that you're just like, this may not be highly rated just because they have styles that not everybody likes, but maybe they have that one-off beer that's really, really good that, a lot of people didn't get to try, or maybe they just had this beer that they just brewed that it was, the brewery overall was rated lower, but this beer is
Or,
fantastic.
or maybe they're relatively new and not a whole lot of people have done ratings on them.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone just went in who was an asshole and just gave them a bunch of low ratings and just threw their whole thing off.
Yeah, that's
Um,
that's true too.
so there's a lot of reasons why a brewery might be rated low, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to give it a shot.
Yeah,
But I mean, we'll talk about later that once you get there, some things to look for to realize that, yeah, you walked in the wrong damn door. Get the
yeah,
hell
yeah,
out. We'll hit those next.
yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I'm gonna open a new beer. So I got choices. I'm gonna give you guys the option here. So I got the Balloon Fest Blueberry Lemon Shandy. This is way out of left field here, just because I'm sticking with the theme, right? We're on the America theme right now. So I got a Smirnoff Ice Red, White, and Berry.
Oh man, I feel like you just iced everybody, dude.
I know that I just got to get down on a knee and chug it right now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Then we have the Great Lakes Independence Double IPA. So this is yeah, this is the whole American flag going on here. And then we got the Fathead Stumbleberry. So I don't know. What are we thinking? What should I go with? We got the Stumbleberry sitting at 9%, the Independence at 8, our Smirnoff sitting at 5, and then our Blueberry at 4.5. So we're all over the place. Clay coming through with the Clay. I remember when Smirnoff Ice was all you drank back in the day, or Mike's Hard Lemonade. Sorry, that's all you used to drink was Mike's Hard Lemonade. So don't come at me with that. So
Although I would only really drink ice if I'm iced.
okay, I mean, Mom wanted it when I was at the store the other day. She's like, "I want that Smirnoff Ice, the red, white, and blue one." I was like, "Okay."
Mm.
And then she wanted to try the Great Lakes. They have that Rocket Pop seltzer.
I
Like I refuse to drink a seltzer just because I'm like,
Yeah, she likes seltzers, man. You need to get the stuff from March 1st when you're down here next
The
time.
Astra. They have it
Yeah.
up here too. So,
Oh, do they?
but yeah, so this Independence I've had a couple times, Tyson. Like I got a 6-pack of it. This is my last one in the 6-pack. It's pretty solid. Like I don't think it's bad at all. So I'll go with the Independence. Just that's my only vote. 2 votes for the Great Lakes. So that's what we're going with. Here's our.
Looks kind of more orangey.
And for those of you that joined late, we're sticking with the whole America theme. So I went with the focusing the
Yeah.
America. It focused for a second, but then it popped back out. So the America 250 Eagle glass here that I got the other day from Richfield Brewing Company. So, oh Bob, this beer I got the other day, one of the weirdest beers I've ever heard of. Right. So it's a white stout, key lime pie white stout.
It's not as weird as that pizza and money one.
Well, that was just a stout, but and they were all thrown in the mash, so it burned off most of the flavor of that.
It's still weird, dude.
This actually tastes like key lime pie. It's wild.
Uh,
It's like so much lime flavor coming through in it.
All right. So back on to going to breweries.
Yeah, sorry, squirrel.
Way freaking off path there. So the one list says dress appropriately. They're really kind of talking about if you're going on a tour.
Yep.
Most breweries, you dress however the hell you want. Just realize that, if you do your research, you might know. I mean, if you're right in the middle of the brewery, it might be kind of cold. Some have outside patios. I mean, if you do your research, you kind of know. But I don't think unless you're doing a tour, you don't necessarily need to worry about your dress.
Yeah, I'll say there's maybe I'll say one exception to this that I would say. So Wolf's Ridge in Columbus. Not the like tap room brewery part of it, but the restaurant, like Wolf's Ridge actual restaurant is more of an upscale restaurant, but it's the brewery too. But like that restaurant is more of an upscale actual restaurant. So that's something where, yeah, just do your research on it and be aware of what you're walking into. Essentially, most breweries, it doesn't freaking matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, we went to Wolf Ridge, and we were freaking like it was at the end of the night. We had already been to probably 7 breweries.
That was the tap room part of it, though. That was like the downstairs tap room.
I mean, so you can always just go. You can always go into the tap room, and you can actually still order food from the restaurant.
Yeah, but their actual restaurant is a little bit more of like an actual upscale. Like they're like trying to look at Michelin stars at this point. So
yeah, I don't think. Do they have a dress code there? I don't think they do, but you just fill out a place if you run it in
shorts and t-shirt. The Beer Jesus. I'm not sure who this is, but hello, Beer
What's
Jesus.
Up, Beer Jesus.
Welcome. Thank you if this is your first time joining us. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the bros.
I hope that you can make beer out of water.
Thanks. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Just be aware of your surroundings essentially when you're walking into a brewery.
Yeah. Also on be aware of your surroundings. Don't touch shit. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, okay, if you're in the tap room part, fine. If you're like, but a lot of times the tap room, there is brewery equipment right in, like you're right in the middle of the brewery equipment. Everything's sanitized. Everything. I mean, they're very big on cleanliness. Don't touch any of it, man. It's just basically you could ruin. Worst case scenario, you could ruin a whole entire batch, and you're costing them millions of dollars. Well, maybe not millions, but thousands of dollars.
Yeah. So perfect example of this was Seventh Son not long ago. Um, at Seven Sun, a little kid was walking around and ran into a fermentation tank and hit a valve on the fermentation tank, and all the beer just started spilling out of the fermentation tank. The whole batch spilled.
Well, even more simple than that. I mean, if you touch something, the oils on your fingers, like any hair,
Yeah,
anything at
it's
all that
contamination.
you have, you've just contaminated their brew, and if they don't catch it, it's possibly gonna taste like shit, or for the most part, yes, thank you. The four
Yep,
C's.
yep.
Pure Jesus seems to know what the hell he's talking
He knows what
about.
he's talking about here. I like it. And a smoked marzen, yeah, that sounds really good. What are you using for your smoke? Just a liquid smoke, or are you doing something else in there?
Oh, is he working on? Does that mean he's drinking it, or does that mean he's actually
I think he's
making it?
actually making it. Is what this sounds like.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
is made with rye and Oh damn, dude.
Oh, ash used from grilled meats. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Nice,
I like it.
dude. That's crazy.
Where can we try this beer?
Pepper, some black pepper with some smoked meats.
We need to
Um,
try that. We need to get in touch with Beer Jesus so we can
yeah,
try this beer.
yeah, yes. Beer Jesus. Actually, I mean Jesus. He's. All
All
right.
right.
All
So
right.
yeah, don't touch
So
shit. Basically.
yes, don't touch. So the list that we have says don't are not paying attention to your guide.
Yeah,
Again,
this is
it's
more.
this is very much talking about a lot of breweries don't even offer tours. Actually, sometimes we've been to breweries that don't offer tours and they just gave us
Yeah,
impromptu
yeah, yep,
tours just because. But here's the thing: talk to your bartender.
yep,
Sometimes your bartender is the brewer. Sometimes your bartender is the owner.
yep.
Sometimes they're all three. Be friendly. Befriend anybody at the bar. Um,
And
yeah, and
this leads into
yeah,
one of the get the hell outs that we're talking about. If you go to a brewery and your bartender doesn't know about the beer you're about to drink, that's not really a brewery you want to be at, because your bartender at the brewery should know about your beer, should be able to give you suggestions of the beer you're going to drink, should be able to let you taste beers that will fit the taste that you're aiming for, right? So if you like a certain style of beer, they should be able to direct you into certain styles of beers that you're going to enjoy that they have.
yeah. I've actually been to a brewery one time. Asked some sort of question. I can't remember what the hell it was. Probably like what's hops are in this or whatever. Got into like I probably got a little bit too far down the road, and the person told me I don't know. I don't even drink.
Okay.
What the hell are you working at a brewery for?
Okay.
What, like, are you gonna work at a concert venue and be like, I don't know, I don't even like music?
I mean, some people just do it for a paycheck. I get that, but I mean,
Yeah, I get it, but I
at,
mean, as a
yeah,
brewer,
as an
I mean,
owner of a brewery, like why would you?
yeah, I would not have hired that person.
Yeah, no, I agree with Beer Jesus here. Like just growler fill places, people that are newer to beer, like
Oh, yeah, they might not
yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah, people that are just doing it for a paycheck that have no
Well, I
idea.
mean, and that's different because that's not a brewery. That's more of a either like well, you have your growler fill
Yep.
stations, and then you have your tap rooms. And but I mean, typically at the brewery,
Hmm.
hopefully, a lot of times you have people that will work helping make this stuff, and then work at the brew or at the
Yep.
bar at
Yep.
night. So they might have been involved. I mean, if you go to Hoof,
Yep.
those dudes typically have drank all those beers, and typically they've probably gotten drunk on them most likely because most of those guys, at least at the
Yeah. And
OG
Marengo. Yeah.
who Yeah, they typically
Yeah, I mean
pipe it.
the one guy there, he not only is a bartender at the Marengo place, he also works as like a salesperson distributing their beer, right? So he does the Ashland area in the distribution chain that they have. So like he's working constantly for them, doing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So the next thing is neglecting to ask questions. Again, they're talking about getting on a tour, but again, I think that very much kind of
Hmm.
goes into talk to the bartender, befriend anybody behind the bar, or if anybody's working there, make friends with them because again, you never know how that thing's going to turn out. I don't know how many times that Zach and I befriended. All of a sudden, we're in the back room and they're feeding us beer right out of the free. I mean, we're getting fresh beer right out of the damn
Yeah, I
tank.
mean, what was the when we were in GR that the guy was like, "Oh, we're gonna go get you this beer that's not even released yet out of the back that we're in conditioning."
That dude was the
Yeah, he
plumber.
did the
he, he didn't work there.
well, he worked there, but he was like he had nothing to do with brewing, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are just visiting here." Like, here, try this beer that we're not tapping for another 2 weeks,
Yeah,
but we want you to try
he
it.
was a guy. Yeah, he was a guy that did all the pipe fitting and
Yeah.
plumbing and stuff. And so I think he didn't work there, dude. He worked for another
Okay.
company, but he
Okay.
put all the plumbing
Yeah,
in.
it's just like it's literally just like be considerate, be nice to the people that are literally serving you. And it's
Yeah,
just like talk to people about like a lot of people that are going to breweries are passionate about it and enjoy it, and like it. So Beer Jesus favorite consistent brewery is Brew Kettle in Ohio.
yeah.
So okay,
He's my local to you,
yeah, that's
dude.
pretty close to me. So yeah, Brew Kettle is a good one. Um, I gotta plug it just because if you get the chance to check out JAFB, I would give JAFB. Oh, Cincy, that's
That's
you.
me. Yeah. Um, I'm Cincinnati, so Zach's closer to
Yep.
Cleveland.
So
No,
hey, you
anyhow.
may be able to get some of Beer Jesus's beer much easier than I can. um, yeah. So the next thing we have on here is over in or over in Dalton.
Well,
What's the next one, Bob? I don't even know where we're at now. Oh, trying a range of beers.
okay, yeah, and I had some things. The next thing is not trying a range of
Yep.
beers. I am an advocate of
Yes.
this. We go on beer trips with some dudes who 100% make fun of us every time we get
Yep.
flights. And I'm not going to name any
No.
names, but I think the right way to do this, and actually when we were in Nashville, I think the right way to do it is get a flight and get a half pour, especially if you're going to
Yep.
be going to a lot of breweries. The half pour probably saved my damn life, because we were out a long freaking
Yeah.
time,
For sure.
and the half pours, you can drink, you can feel okay, but you can still function and you can still get through a lot of breweries. Now the other side of that though is the flights. Most breweries have what? I mean, minimum most breweries have at least 6, 7 beers on tap at any given
Yeah.
time. A lot of them have, up to 12. Some of the real big ones are
14,
like 20
15,
plus.
20. Yeah. Um, the,
Yeah.
the the thing is that like I'm a big fan of flights as well. Just because I like trying the range of beers a brewery has.
Yeah.
Um,
You,
you know, I like a wide variety of beers. I
yeah.
typically prefer a certain style of beers, but I like to try just different stuff just to see if like they say they're good at one thing, but let me try this just to see how good it is compared to other things I know and like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, So no matter what brewery you're at, whatever they say their house special is, I like to get at least a
Yeah,
taster of that.
but there's a right way to do flights and a wrong way to do flights too, right? So when you're drinking a flight, there's a right way to drink it and a not right way to drink it, right?
Are you are you going to expand?
Yeah. So you always want to drink your flight lightest to darkest, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
you're not you can completely wreck your palate when you're doing this. Just drinking flights all day, especially if you're going to a lot of different breweries. Um, I think Tyson may have done this the last time we went. We went to JFB, and he had a flight there. I think his palate was a little wrecked after getting a flight, but I think you know there's a right way to do it and not completely wreck your palate and still be able to try other beers afterwards and be okay with it. Um, so I think that's just trying stuff in the right order, trying the right beers in the right
Yeah, and I think that also if something's super hoppy, you need to put that a little
order.
later as well.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, if you're doing pales or lagers or something, yeah, that's where you're starting.
Yeah,
You're working maybe up. If it's very malty, yeah, you probably want that a little later as well. Once you're getting into the porters and the stouts or anything with that, that's always the last because if you drink a stout up front, you're not going to taste anything
yeah,
else.
yeah. I agree with that too. Especially like if you're drinking super hoppy beers, to me, the hop bite, like the bitterness from hops, doesn't kill my palate anymore. It used to when I first started getting into IBAs.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to figure out if a lager is good or bad if you hit something super hoppy right before
I agree with that. But like if you're, it's the stouts, the coffee forward stuff. It's the bitterness from that kills me.
it. Yeah,
That's the stuff that wrecks my palate, not the hoppy stuff. So
yeah. I mean, what again? And you don't have a whole lot of breweries have moved away from that super high IBU stuff that used to be out there. What was it back in 2015 realm?
mhm.
Like, were breweries trying to see how high they could get their
Oh yeah, I remember we
IBUs
looked
and
at that one beer that was just like, and there's 6 Point Resin is still one of my favorite beers. Oh yeah, you did just try a lot of different beers that day, Tyson too. And Six Point Resin, that's still one of my favorite beers. It's just so resinous. It to me it was more sweet than hoppy. Um, but yeah, that one beer was over 1,000 IBUs, and that's beyond what the human palate can even decipher. So it doesn't. I think once you get to like 160 IBUs, we can't even taste anything beyond that. So it doesn't matter. Yes, the palate record that was like 140 something IBUs, I believe, which is right at
yeah.
that threshold that you can't even distinguish anything beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, it's definitely hitting you. I mean, and anything over that is, I mean, it's still going to hit you.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
you're still it's still going to make you kind of almost do
yeah,
this type of deal as you
you can't
drink
even
it.
distinguish anything beyond that point, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
So the next thing it talks about, and I think we kind of already even hit on this a little bit as you talk about flights, is don't overindulge, especially if
Oh
you're
God,
going
sorry,
to.
I gotta talk about this one. Sierra Nevada Bigfoot. I can't even
Yeah,
drink that beer. I had it. I've only drank it one time ever, and I will never drink it again just because it made me so sick. Uh, I love Sierra Nevada. We've been to Sierra Nevada. Um, I don't. I can't even think about that beer just because I had had a few beers before it. Had that
yeah.
beer and I was just done. I'm like I can't
I've
drink
had it
anything
a couple
else.
times. I'm okay with it. It was not anything that I'd go get on purpose.
No, and I like yes, it's a beer, right? It's a barley wine, but it's not a beer I'm ever gonna seek out and just have. And I remember when we were at Sierra Nevada, they had like all the different years lined up. Um, no, no, my thing.
So yeah, all right. So anyhow, if you are, I guess when I think of this overindulge, I'm more thinking of if you're doing a bunch of breweries.
Hmm.
Yeah, you probably want to stick with the flights and the half pours, or just maybe do a half pour. You can get if you're trying to get a bunch of breweries in. I mean, and 100%, I've got hit on this. As you are hitting your eighth, ninth, 10th brewery,
Yeah,
and Zach likes to go to a crap ton of breweries and he will drag you. He drags me to as many as I can possibly fathom until I'm passing out, and sometimes I've passed out at them. Um, so I know, but the one thing I found is the half pours help out a lot, dude.
yeah,
I mean, you can get through a lot of breweries and feel okay if you stick to, and then the fact that you're going to different breweries, the half pour, you have a little bit more time to process it and kind of get yourself a little bit more right before you get the next beer in you.
agreed. Sierra Nevada is collabing with Stortebaker for their Oktoberfest this year, by the way. So just heads up there. So that's their collab for
Yeah.
their Oktoberfest. But yeah, half pours or
So
flights. That's what. Anytime we do our trip, that's what I do, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're such a pussy. You're not getting full pours," and I'm like, "I'm still gonna outdrink all of you, so it's fine." I'll
yeah, I mean, but as I said, I think the fact that like when you do flights, it just helps you kind of get a sense of what the brewery's doing.
yeah.
I mean, you get a full sense of what they're doing and what they're good on.
I'm doing
Um,
Stumbleberry now. I don't know why I'm not focusing well.
there you go. So the next thing on our list is arriving too late. I mean, this is kind of a goofy one. I mean, it's what I mean. I think I even read it. It's as long as the brewery's still open, it's fine. Yeah, arriving too late. That's part of it. Just do the research. Know what the hours of operations
Yeah,
are. Some breweries close early.
they do.
Just be
Yeah,
aware. Yeah. Yeah, you have some of these brewers have been around for a while, and the brewer, typically the owner, they're getting up there in age, and at 9 o'clock they're like, piss on this. I'm going home and
I
going to
mean, the
bed.
thing is, we have a computer in our hand at all times nowadays, right?
Yeah.
It's not hard to say, Google, what time does this place close? It gives you the answer.
Yeah.
Let's see, from JFB at LSS, and what's that collaboration? No, I didn't. Paul wasn't there. It was Josh, and Josh didn't do anything with that one. I guess Paul asked Josh late the night before if he could cover for him. I didn't know what was going on with Paul, why he couldn't be there. His mom has cancer and hasn't been doing well, so he's had some stuff going on family wise. So that could have had something to do with it. Why Paul couldn't be there. Um, but I did not get that information. I will find out and I'll let you know as soon as I know what's going on with that. Also, Thirsty Dog. Thirsty Dog has one of my favorite beers I've ever had. You can check out some of our previous episodes on YouTube. We've touched on this a bunch of times. Cerberus is their Belgian quad. I don't even know if they make it anymore. Um, Bob knows all about Cerberus.
Yeah, man. Well, you think about like when we were there, I was just talking to someone about my
hmm
50th, and the fact that we were at Thirsty
In
Dog
the in the
in the
flats,
flats, and we had that. I mean, that was just so fun. We had that bachelorette
the
party
people with
come
the squirt
through.
guns and stuff that had liquor in it.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw the
They had the
photos.
penis
Yep,
squirt
yep.
guns. Yeah, and then I don't know. Were they giving us Cerebus for free, or were we just?
Yeah, I think they were. They were just giving us samples of because they had different flavors of Cerberus.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, that's exactly. They had different flavors, and
Chad,
they were just freaking. They were just feeding us
fuck
Cerebus.
you, Chad.
Well, Chad remembers. Like we were just sitting by the Thirsty Dog
Oh,
at
they're
Jungle
like, oh, we
Jim's,
have all this Cerberus left, and we're just like, okay.
dude. That wrecked me that night, though. So again,
Yeah,
Know your limits. Drink responsibly.
yeah,
Don't freaking hit a freaking 14 percenter.
yeah. Don't drink 4 bottles of a Belgian quad at the end of a beer fest after you've been drinking for three
Yeah,
hours.
that's a bad idea, dude. Bad idea.
Uh, so yeah, ask questions. Try a range of beers. Overindulge in samples.
We're
Arriving too
at we're
late.
at. Don't forget to make a reservation, which is kind of goofy because again,
Again,
this list is really talking about tours.
yep. If you're taking a tour, yeah, make a
Yeah,
reservation if you're taking a tour.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
typically don't have to make a reservation unless you're going to Wolf
No,
Ridge or to the restaurant. Then you might want to make a.
yeah. The other thing that we talk about too is that the next one on the list is something, especially if we're going to a new brewery. Yes, very very bad headaches because it's all the candy sugar that are in the freaking Belgians. So all that freaking candy sugar is what gets you with the hangovers on those. Um, Checking out the just all the swag and all the stores for these breweries. I don't have a lot of like brewery swag, right? Bob has a lot, just because I don't wear a lot of brewery stuff. Although I support a ton of, like, I'm wearing one right now, right? And my
Oh,
hats I always wear.
is that esoteric?
Yeah,
Did I get that for you?
yes, yes, you got this for me. Um, I would rather get beer glasses, right? So I have a ton of beer glasses, but I don't have a lot of like shirts from breweries. Um,
Dude, I don't think I
but
own anything other than brewery shirts.
I know you have an absolute just shit ton of them. I have like four. But it's not that I don't like them. I don't wear them that much. Um, like I would rather have a beer glass that I drink out that beer glass. I would rather have my stickers that I put on my fridge. Um, those things like mean more to me than having like the shirt, because the shirt's gonna wear out with age. Like the stickers, right? I take the stickers, I put them on magnet paper, so if my fridge dies and I need a new fridge, I just take those magnets off and I can put them on a new one, right? Um, so I know you have the sticker thing too,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. But we we changed fridge. We carefully peeled them off and put them on the new one. It the magnet thing is a ingenious idea, by the way.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
I bought this freaking huge roll of magnet paper from Amazon.
yeah,
I still have probably 100 stickers I need to do.
yeah.
My fridge is full right now, so I have like my chest freezer in the garage.
Hey,
I'm starting to
hey.
fill up now.
So Beer Jesus is your brother from another mother, dude. He's a metalhead.
Oh, okay. Well, Tyson's right in there too. Chad's in there too. Working on making a jacket. Oh, okay. Nice. Like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the magnet paper is where it's at, because then it's like, okay, and I can just move this to something else if it goes bad.
Yeah,
Um,
also, the good thing also hitting the store, you can get some cans or growlers or
yeah.
something. The beer that maybe you liked, but you want some more of it. You're not going to be able, especially ones that aren't distributed, the ones that are only at the brewery. You go to the
All right.
store, get a couple cans.
Tyson and Beer Jesus, I think, just became best friends because he is Beer Jesus is a black death metal radio host on Twitch. Tyson is a huge fan of black and death metal. So Tyson, Beer Jesus, you guys are now homies. Uh,
So one of the other things that I think that's a lot of breweries have food. A lot of breweries have food specifically that are there to pair with their beers.
yeah, yeah,
And so, yeah, it eat something.
yeah,
Plus, that kind of chills you out and makes you kind of to where you can maybe go a little longer because it's going to soak up a little bit of the alcohol.
yeah.
So, yeah. So, if the brewery has, and breweries typically have very good food.
Agreed. I agree.
Not all of them,
Hmm.
but a good portion of them have pretty good food.
Yeah, so even this brewery I went to the other day, right? The Richfield Brewing Company, like you know where Richfield Coliseum used to be,
Yeah,
where the Cavs used to play, right?
yeah.
It's right near there. The food was a little expensive, right? So I didn't get much to eat. They have a happy hour. They have like a pretzel, hot pretzel, $14 for the pretzel. Happy hour, half price,
Hmm.
$7. Wings, the wings were like $18. Happy hour, half price.
Yeah,
So that's another thing too. Is
that's
like
crazy price for a freaking pretzel, though.
I know. I was like that.
That's like what you pay it going when you go to a ball game or something.
Yeah. I was like it's a bit much. Like it was kind of expensive, and that's one of the things. Is sometimes like if they have really good food at the brewery, the prices are going to be a little bit more. So watch out for that. Some breweries still have really good food, and the prices aren't bad. So like Uniontown, I like their food better than I like their beer, and their food is really good. Their beer is okay. It's not
Yeah,
my favorite beer. They have a few beers that are really good, but most of their beer is okay. Food, love it. On the other hand, JFB. Okay, yeah, these wings were it was six bone-in wings, $18. But happy
that's,
hour they were $9, half price for happy hour. I was like, whoa, okay, that's doable, right? It was like 3 to 6 was
yeah.
their happy hour. It's like, okay, hell yeah, that's
Yeah, $9
doable.
for six wings, not a bad, not a bad deal.
No, but on the other hand,
$18 is crazy, dude.
if you're going to Fatheads and getting their wings, that's a different story because you've had Fatheads wings.
Yes, I have, but where are you going? I remember them being
They're
good.
they're enormous, right? Because
Yeah,
they're a whole wing. So like
yeah.
3 wings is like 10 wings anywhere else
Ohio.
in in Ohio. Yeah, yeah. So we have 4 locations in Ohio now for Fatheads. So yeah, they have the whole smoked wings now. So like 3 of their wings are like 10 wings anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you have a point there. I mean, and I guess probably just knowing what you're getting into as you order it is
Yeah,
probably the big thing there.
yeah,
I mean, and that's just as ask your server, like
yeah. Agreed. Agreed. And that's like fatheads in general. Like their prices are a little bit higher, but their portion sizes are incredibly high. I love Hop Juju. Um, Great beer. That's all I'm going to say about it. Hop Juju is
that's all
my
I'm gonna
favorite
say
beer
about
from
that. Yeah.
Fatheads. Even though I'm drinking a Fatheads beer right now, but Hop Juju is my favorite beer from Fatheads. Although I think Fatheads has too much money to throw around, that's why they win too many medals at a lot of these beer festivals, is because they have too much money and they can just enter 100 beers. So we've talked about that on previous episodes.
Yeah.
So all right, we got a lot to go through
Yeah, yeah,
still, so
yeah.
we're gonna
So the
fly through
next
some
thing,
stuff real
actually, I
quick.
think we're almost done with this list. The next thing is
Yeah, yeah, we
tip.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tip. I mean, bartenders are typically not getting paid that great, especially at a brewery, considering that the brewery is typically is a small business owner, and so they're probably not paying them much more than minimum wage if they're doing that. So they're living on tips, and so I mean, I realize some people are like, why do I pay them better, charge me more? But that's not how it works. Just tip your
yeah,
bartenders, dude. Especially if they're any good.
I
If,
agree.
if they're if they're a
Yeah,
horse's ass, or if they're completely just ignorant of the beer itself, then okay, yeah, I get it. Maybe you're not going to tip as much, but
yep.
it's pretty simple.
And the last one is just promoting the breweries you've been to if you enjoyed them. I think that's a big one that we're good about doing, right? A lot of the breweries we've been to, we come on here, we talk about them, we
Yep,
promote them.
we are on here, so yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Like we don't make anything for doing this. We do it for fun. We talk about the breweries we've been to. We'll talk shit about the bad breweries. We'll talk good about the good breweries. We'll say good and bad things about the same brewery.
Mhm.
Um, but we try to give our honest opinions about this, and that's the thing. It is opinion, and everybody's experience is going to be a little bit different, and even our experiences, if we've been to the same place more than once, could be slightly different. So take it with a grain of salt, and just if you had a good experience, promote it. Try and get more people to it. Because again, it is a small business in a lot of cases, except for the big ones, and they're just trying to keep their head above water.
You know, this is kind of funny. Was talking to someone about this, and they're like, "I love this brewery, but I can go in there and it's not too crowded, and I kind of like the." And he's like, I want them to do well. I want them to stay open, but I don't want a whole lot of more people go there."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I
I can
kind of
understand
get
that.
that. But
Yeah,
hey, the thing about it is that yeah, if you love the brewery that you're at, yeah, you should talk about it. You should post about it. You should help promote them because word of mouth is huge, and not
yeah,
not enough people say give compliments out online. People talk more shit than they talk.
they do.
Yeah. Um, so
It's the keyboard warriors, right? The keyboard warriors come out online and they let it fly because they're not going to do it in the real world.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, it would.
so
Yeah,
that's the
that
thing.
person would never have nearly enough intestinal fortitude to ever go and say anything to the bartender, the owner, the brewer
Yep,
about the fact that their beer sucks.
yep.
Um, we've done that before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's straight away to somebody before.
Actually,
I'm like,
sometimes we've been a little too honest, and I've
yeah, yeah,
almost been like, "Oh God, I kind of feel bad."
yeah. I
Um,
mean, the thing is when you've had as many different beers as we've had, I mean, you're pushing 4,000. I think I looked the other day and I'm at 40, almost 4,300 now.
yeah,
Um, So that's a lot of different. I know there's a lot of people that have had more than us out there still, but that's a lot of different beers to try. And like, I want to be honest with people. Like, if your beer sucks, I'm not going to tell you it's good just to make you feel good. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you what I liked about it and didn't like about it, just so you can improve on it. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to be honest and tell you ways that you can improve. That's just how I am. Like I don't beat around the bush. I'm fucking ADD and autistic as shit. So I'm not trying to fucking make you feel good about something when it's not. It's just me.
yeah, Beer Jesus, dude. There's a bunch of tap rooms all around that you can get all sorts of things that who has typically has some German beers is Cock and Bull. Are they still open? They were closed down for a second. They had German beer. They had all kinds of beers there, but they definitely had German beers. Trying to think what other tap rooms are in the area. There's something right
Right.
down there by the CUC area. Are you
Getting the
opening the
last,
next one?
getting the last one in. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So anyhow, let's hit on our red flags. So
All right.
we've
Start it off.
gone through like the things you should definitely try to do when you go to a brewery. Now let's talk about the things that if you get there, get the hell out. So I think one of the big ones, and and this is kind of really kind of talking about the four C's that our buddy Beer Jesus talked about earlier. Is if you go in and it smells, and a lot of times what you'll get is like if it's like smells like a wet dog, because sometimes you'll get that. Especially if they're not storing stuff correctly, you'll get that wet dog smell. Sometimes you'll get like straight up bleach smell, and that's because they're trying to hide shit.
Mhm. I mean, if they're in a
uh,
cleaning day, it's very different than if they're like.
yeah,
So I've been in fatheads before where they've just like mashed in and it smells just like straight barley in there. And I've been in there where they've just cleaned and it just smells like cleaning solution in there. Both.
I mean, I've been there when it smelled straight just like
Yeah.
hops,
Yeah.
and I'm down with
Yeah.
that. That's cool. no issues with that at all. Because like, I mean, I realize
How
that's the
freaking like
deal.
blueberry colored that is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you go in and it smells, just turn around, walk right out. Um, you know, and I realize sometimes it might be a cleaning day, but typically cleaning days are during the week.
Yeah.
You should never go in on a Friday or Saturday and be straight up bleach.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree. What's the next one on this one? Oh, yeah. So the type of vessel they're serving you beer in, um, it does matter more than a lot of people think it does. But some breweries just give you the same beer glass, no matter what kind of beer it
Well,
is.
yeah, I mean they're all gonna like there's some that are just straight up they just buy a crap ton of pint glasses and they got a deal on it, and I somewhat am not as concerned about this as much because they're small business
Yeah,
owners. They don't always have the wherewithal to have a fucking tulip glass
agreed.
and yeah, they don't have and five different types of pint
Yeah,
glasses, and then you have your slow pour mug, and sometimes now if you're at a tap room where it's just a bunch of different
let's take
taps,
Winking Lizard. Like if you're at a Winking Lizard that
yeah,
has
without
300 different beers.
without a doubt, they should typically they're getting a lot of times they're getting their glassware for
Yes.
free or at a very discounted
Yeah.
rate because all the breweries are giving them glassware. So they should have
Yeah.
every kind of
Yeah.
glass that they
Yeah.
need. But sometimes like it just depends on the size of the
It
brewery.
does. It really does. I
Um,
agree.
yeah.
Like something like
But
let's take Saucy Brewworks for example. At their prime, when they had a bunch of locations open, they did have several different types of glasses for different types of beer. I don't know
yeah,
if they're still doing it because I haven't been there in a while, but they did used to do that. But if I
yeah.
go to JFob or Uniontown, I'm getting the same kind of glass no matter the type of beer I'm getting, and I don't care because I know what they're dealing with.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think. I mean, this article make it sounds like it's a big
Yeah,
freaking deal.
I agree.
Um, I think that maybe you should have maybe two or three different types of glasses
Yeah,
because again, if you're going to be drinking the high alcohol content, the high, the
yep. Get a
ABVs, you
13 instead
probably
of a
should be
16,
drinking out of
or
like a
12,
tulip or
12
something.
instead of a
Yeah,
16. Yeah,
you're
yep,
not one. You're not shouldn't be drinking out of freaking
yeah.
the the big freak yeah if all they have is these big freaking pint or like something like this is not even a pint that's half a liter. um yeah, I shouldn't be getting 14% beer in that.
Half a liter is about 16 ounces, so yeah, you're close.
It's bigger than 16 ounces though, but look, that's half a liter
I
right there.
know, I know that. I mean, yeah, that's where the beer is supposed to be at. The rest is supposed to be ahead.
Yeah,
But no,
but
I
I
know what
have
you're saying.
plenty of yeah. So anyhow, yeah, I don't want a big ass beer if I'm drinking like super high
Yeah,
alcohol
yep,
content.
yeah, absolutely.
um So another thing I think also kind of goes with the smell though in the glass. I'm going to combine those together. Is if you get your glassware and it has lipstick on it, or like the when it's poured and you start drinking out of it and you're seeing the foam just sticking to the
Mm,
side of it, or anything at all that makes you think that the glassware is not clean. Uh, I saw some. Maybe it wasn't on here, but I think I saw an article somewhere that said drink the rest of your beer and get the hell. I'm going to say don't drink the rest of your beer. Get the hell, set your beer down and get the hell out of there because you don't want to be drinking beer out of a dirty
yeah, yeah,
glass. You're going to feel it You're going to feel it the
yeah.
next day.
Cleanliness.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't want to put all those random things in your body that you're going to get from just dirt. And then the thing about it is, if their glassware is treated like that, they're probably treating the rest of their equipment like that as well. I mean, it's at least a decent chance that
Yeah.
they're not keeping their other shit clean as well.
Yeah.
So
What's the song I'm trying to think of? Oh, it's Smashing Pumpkins. Zero. Emptiness is loneliness, and loneliness is cleanliness, and cleanliness is godliness, and God is empty, just like me.
yeah, that's a lot deeper than what I was saying.
Cleanliness.
So this actually this article, the next thing it talked about glassware again. But again, I kind of was thinking about in my mind more important about than the types of glassware you
Yeah.
have was if it's clean. But it's also talking about if you're doing a frosted mug at a brewery,
Hmm.
dude. Like yeah, I mean if you're at freaking
No.
Outback Steakhouse, yeah, you want a frosted
Yeah.
mug. But if you're at a brewery, I mean, they're supposed to be giving you stuff that they're, this is something that evidently you know.
Yeah. 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 Which, like, I'm okay, right? I've used the same glass with, 4 different beers right now. But yeah, if you're at a bar or a brewery and they're refilling your glass with different beers, right? That's not what they should do. But presentation, yes, is big. If they're pouring a certain style of beer and they're giving you what you should, like if you're pouring a Belgian, right? A Belgian should have a lot of head on a beer. If I'm getting a Duvel that has this much head on a Duvel, that's not right, right? A Duvel should have a very thick head on a Duvel.
Well, there might be a problem with the cleanliness of the glass at that point
That's a
too.
problem, right? Or if I'm getting,
But then, yeah, but then also, as I said, a frozen mug that, especially if they're doing that and they're giving you like a stout or an IPA or something that should be probably a little bit warmer.
in a frosty mug, no, man, that's
Yeah, yeah, that might be because we're going
we're
to
trying
give
to
you.
hide it.
If
We're trying to hide something.
Yeah, we're trying to hide that the fact that our beer
Our
sucks.
tap lines aren't
Um,
clean or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing that
but
drives me mad is not cleaning your tap lines at a place, like any place, not just a brewery, but like a restaurant or just some place like our beat ups here. I've complained so
yeah.
many times about that place not cleaning their tap lines because I've had a beer there and it just tasted so foul compared to beer I've had at the brewery or
What you know, it's like yeah,
yes, beer I've had at the brewery or beer I've had from the can from that brewery was like this is off. How often do you clean your tap lines? It's not good. I'm like, oh, we clean them every week. I'm like, no, you're not cleaning them right then. What something's not right here because it's it doesn't taste right. So I don't know. That's just being a stickler.
yeah. No, it's not a stickler, dude. It doesn't take that much to clean a tap line.
No.
I mean, you do have to disconnect it. You do have to.
Yeah. Anyway, next
You,
one we're getting on time here. So the next one
yeah, yeah. We already talked about
we
this
covered
one.
this
Next one
one. Just
quite a bit already.
bartenders or servers not knowing about the beer. Um, Next one is vibes. We've talked about vibes a lot before. Like if you go to a brewery and like the vibes are really really good, but the beer is average, it's gonna get a higher rating just because like the vibe of the place is better. But
Yeah,
if the
and yeah, and I know, but like, I mean, you tend to be like the opposite though. Like you're all like, I don't. I mean, I don't care what the vibes
yep
are. They make a good
yep
beer. I'm cool with
yep
going, and I'm almost even all right with like a bad place with good beer. Good. I'll go there and drink all the beer. I won't have to worry about other
yeah
people.
yeah, that's how I am. Like if you have great beer and the place sucks, I'm going there just because I don't nobody else is there.
Kind of a nice thing, yeah. So, but they were kind of saying it as the opposite way,
Yeah,
and I don't jive with that.
no.
I would much rather have great beer and okay vibes or bad vibes versus great vibes and shitty beer.
Yeah, I mean, if there's like one person that makes it okay to be there, or if I'm there with somebody I know or a friend, or even if one bartender is like
Yeah,
decent, and I'm like hanging out and having a beer, I'm fine. Um,
Yeah.
if everybody else is a shithead and they're playing shitty music or like whatever, I can tolerate it just because the beer's that good. But I mean, I'll be honest. If a place is decent vibes and they have mediocre beer, I'll probably go back. Or if,
Yeah.
but for me,
Yeah.
it's more like food based, right? If it's good food, mediocre beer, I'll probably go back because it's good
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
But that food adds more
So
vibe to it, I think.
yeah. The next one I 100% agree with. Your tap list is boilerplate or boilerplate. Also, I mean, sometimes it's just like sometimes the beers just kind of like stock as well. They don't do any. They do everything, but it's almost like they put it in AI of like what beer should I serve,
Hmm. Yeah.
and they're just going straight up with the most popular
Well,
beers, and then they don't do anything special with those beers. They're all just
well,
stock.
there was a whole brewery in Columbus that was brought to life on this concept, right? They don't exist anymore. But the concept of the brewery was they let AI make their recipes for beer.
Yeah, you're gonna get unimaginative, just crap you could get anywhere, stuff that's probably at the grocery store, beers.
They weren't bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went there two different times. Yeah.
I
So no,
I
no.
don't even
Here it was.
I don't even know that beer or
It
that
was
place.
at the old what's the place that was in Cleveland and they had the spot in Columbus we went to and we did the Columbus trip. Um,
Naughty Pond.
no, 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 no. They don't exist anymore. Platform.
It was Platform did
They
that.
took over the old platform spot in Columbus.
Okay,
That was they took over that spot. They were in there, but now they don't exist anymore. They shut down. But that was their whole premise was they let AI design all of their beers.
Kroger had their own
Diesel
IPA.
Punk IPA.
Kroger's IPA. I didn't realize Kroger had an IPA. All right. Well, we're running kind of long. So a couple things other ones that I just think of real quick. If you go to a place and like you look around and the locals aren't hitting their flagships or aren't
Species X.
they're like
Thank you, Valerie.
so if like you look around and the locals are like maybe drinking something in it, but it's not like the big one they're promoting, you might want to hit up with whatever the locals are drinking. But or you might want to just get the hell out of there.
Or if it's something other brewers are like, yeah, this is a good spot to go to. Like if you
yeah.
know anybody who is a brewer and they say it's
Oh,
a good spot,
and they go there.
go
Yeah,
there.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Beer is warm. That's typically one I'm kind of like, no, I'm out. Um, Sticky floors kind of goes about with the cleanliness. Dirty bathrooms for me also.
Unless it's supposed to be
Again,
that way. No, hold on,
I
hold
just
on,
kind
wait,
of
wait,
think,
wait, 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 wait. I'm gonna say it this way, right? So JFob has two different bathrooms. They have the bathrooms on the left and the bathrooms on the right. The bathrooms on the left are the very nice, clean, new bathrooms. The bathrooms on the right are like your college dorm bathrooms that are just shitty, rundown, like I gotta piss right now bathrooms. And
that's kind of fun.
they're
But
designed
typically,
that way.
Well, I mean that's kind of different, but like typically, if it was sticky floors in the bathroom and just like gross bathrooms. Now, if it's someone who just got too drunk and pissed all over the place, and it's just like one person, I understood.
Yeah,
But if it's like obvious that this is neglect of this bathroom and no one's cleaned this for a couple days, dude. Again, if you're not taking care of your stuff at your brewery, you as an owner, you probably don't care as much about your brewery. And again, I'm going to get some sort of freaking something that's going to make me shit myself the next day or puke or something.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. And then lastly, if you go on a Friday or Saturday and the brewery's empty, I mean, how many breweries are empty on a Saturday? That because a lot of times they at least get the locals, at least the people that are in walkable
Yeah,
distance. That you have at least a half a dozen to a dozen or so people in a brewery
yeah,
at any
yeah,
time because they're going to at least hit the. But that's for me, yeah. If there's nobody there, it's especially on a Saturday or Friday night, it's a bit
yeah.
concerning.
So I'm gonna go back to this. Species X, the coolest thing to me was that the garage area they had. They just had like some tables and TVs set up out there, and they had old school original Xboxes. You just play Halo, like first Halo Combat Evolved on LAN. That's why it gets bonus points for me.
All right. Well, that's everything that I
Yep.
had. Um, you know, again, like when you're going to a brewery, hopefully we got some tips.
All right.
Like you can,
Should I do it?
we're in that.
Should I do it? Should I
No,
ice myself?
you're gonna take you're gonna
Should
shoot
I ice
it.
myself?
Are you going to do
All
it,
right,
man?
let's ice it. I'm gonna ice myself. Cheers, everybody. Happy 250 United States next weekend, whenever it is. Icing it. There we go.
All right. So anyhow, thanks to our normal bro crew.
Thanks to the old bros. Thanks to the new bro in Beer
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, yeah. Beer Jesus, man. Thanks for coming in and contributing.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Thank you, Tyson and Valerie and Chad and Clay and anybody else that was on here that is normally here. And Beer Jesus, thanks for joining, hanging out, and all the comments. We appreciate it. Next week, I'm not sure if we're going to be on or off yet. Bob, you're going to be in Georgia, right?
Yes.
If you can get Neil to come on, we'll do it.
Yeah. We might have a guess. We'll have to see.
All right, let me know. We'll see if we can get Neil on. If not, I might be on solo, but I might have some guests if I can plan it with Chad and Valerie. We'll find out. Other than that, thank you everybody for hanging out with us.
Good night,
Have a good
all.
weekend. Watch some soccer.